Good afternoon. Today is MLK Day, and I want to thank you for joining me on this broadcast. I'm Charlene Rakshani. I'm a LegalShield representative here in Huntington Beach, California. And today we're going to talk about protecting the legal rights of individuals and families. And you may have seen my invitation on Facebook, and this is going to be broadcasting on my Facebook app. So we're going to go ahead and begin now. It should take about 30 minutes, and I will kind of direct you because I know that some people, this whole idea of apps is very unfamiliar. I know for me, when I first took a look at an app inside a Facebook page, I had no idea what I was looking at. So I'm kind of new to this technology, so hopefully everything will go through smoothly without any complications. But right now what I'm going to do is go ahead and share my screen with you, so hang on as I get that ready. Okay, if all went well, you're looking at the screen, the first slide that says we deliver peace of mind to 3.5 million members. Okay, and peace of mind, that's what we want you to have. We know that there's a lot of things changing, not just in business, but with families and circumstances that families are finding themselves in today's world. And I'm just really thrilled to be able to share this program that has made a difference in my life over the past 6 years and given me as a single mom peace of mind that no matter what happens, we have somewhere to go. And for me, I didn't have an older brother, but it's kind of nice, you know, every now and then we throw out the threat that, hey, I'm going to call my attorney. Well, what if you really could call an attorney? That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about empowering families with a full service law firm for literally pennies a day, 65 cents a day. That's it. Okay, so let's take a look at this and see what this will offer. And interestingly enough, it started with an accident in 1969. Harlan and Shirley Stonecipher were on their way to a business event. Harlan was an insurance salesman, and you're looking at the accident. This is what happened. And he had 2 young kids. And what happened was he had insurance for his medical and he had insurance for the car, and those were taken care of. But he didn't have insurance for what was soon to follow. So taking a look at this, we do protect ourselves with all kinds of insurance. But what about when things happen to our family? Things that we have no control over. Things where we feel take advantage of. And what happened with Harlan and Shirley is the other party who was at fault in this accident took them to court. And they had to drain all of their savings just to defend themselves for something that they were not at fault. And Harlan looked at his wife and said, "This will never happen again." And as he took a look at what was available for legal issues, he found that we had absolutely nothing. But what he did find was that in Europe, there was protection that 90% of Europeans had for their families for over 100 years. And it's much like legal insurance. So that's what Harlan decided to bring back to America. Because families have a great need for legal services. As you can see from this, in 2012, there were 96 million court filings, while only 35 million hospitalizations. Therefore, you're 3 times more likely to end up in court than you are to be hospitalized. And according to research done by Decision Analysts in 2012, they found that 57 million Americans have legal issues, and 66% of them took time away from work to deal with it. 93% said attorneys cost too much money, and 90% would be interested if they had an affordable plan to call an attorney. So the mission of LegalShield since 1972 has been to provide equal justice for all Americans, making the legal system the first stop to your rights, not the last stop because you couldn't afford the pricey, $300 to $400 an hour price tag when you needed to talk to an attorney. So what we're talking about basically is two different legal paradigms. The old system where you pay a high hourly rate. In my area, it's about $350 to $450 an hour. But with a LegalShield membership, you will be covered and protected for less than $20 a month. Okay, so basically LegalShield takes people out of the 90% who have no access to attorneys and puts them amongst the top 10% who do have access to attorneys, which makes all the difference. It changes the way our members are treated. It gives our members peace of mind knowing that their rights are protected, and it takes their mind off issues and onto their work and their family. LegalShield believes that everyone deserves legal protection and gives everyone affordable access to attorneys, no matter how small or big the situation might be. You're going to have top-rated law firms with specialized attorneys at your side for less than $20 a month. And if you're a skeptic like me, you may be wondering, how is this possible? And what kind of an attorney am I going to get if I'm only paying $20 a month? That's what I thought. But what I found out was that LegalShield contracts with the law firms and takes 1/3 of every membership dollar and sends it to the law firm in the state in which you reside. So, for instance, in California where I live, the law firm receives $1.7 million every single month from LegalShield to serve the members here in California. So when I call my law firm, which I do quite often because I can, I'm not getting a $20 an hour attorney. I'm getting a very, very good law firm because we're stronger together, and with almost 4 million members now, that creates a lot of buying power, giving our LegalShield members the best law firms that money can buy. And we know that there's a lot of concerns that individuals and families have, and these are some of the top concerns: consumer finance, estate planning, family law issues, landlord-tenant issues, traffic tickets, real estate issues, and collection issues. So let me just ask you a few questions. Have you ever been in a situation where you thought the advice of an attorney might be helpful? Have you ever signed a document or contract? Did you have an attorney review it? And if not, why not? Have you been overcharged or treated unfairly? Have you received a traffic ticket? Have you known a victim of identity theft, or have you been a victim of identity theft? These are all legal issues. Have you been unable to get your security deposit back? That happens a lot with a lot of our young members, and we empower them with this plan. Okay, now let's take a look at the top 25 legal issues identified, and many of these issues are done alone without the help of an attorney. Just go over these and maybe tally up how many of these that you identify with. These are all legal issues. Okay, now let's take a look at the company with this unique service, which is LegalShield. You can see a picture of the corporate office in Ada, Oklahoma in the lower left-hand corner. They were established in 1972. They have about $450 million a year in revenues, and they provide coverage in both the US and Canada. We have 3.5 million lives protected. 40,000 are employees, which have this membership as an employee benefit, and 50,000 small business owners have our plans. And we have a network of quality law firms all throughout America in a closed panel system versus a referral-based system. And we have 8,500 quality attorneys to help members with their issues. Now, you can see by this page, we've got different third-party reviews, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, and Consumer Affairs. And then we have, of course, industry experts. We've got James Duke Aona, a retired circuit and family court judge and former lieutenant governor from Hawaii. Karen White, executive director, Conference of Western Attorney Generals, and Buddy Caldwell, who's an attorney general in the state of Louisiana. And basically, they all say the same, that LegalShield allows ordinary business owners and citizens to have the quality representation that every American needs when entering a courthouse or evaluating their legal needs. In case you didn't know, LegalShield does have different plans based on the different needs of our members. We have business legal plans, and today we're talking about the individual and family legal plan. We also have plans for foster parents, commercial drivers, teachers, real estate pros, and last but not least, for those who protect us on the streets, we have a law officer legal plan. So if you know anyone that is in any of these industries or has a need, please do send them to my page, and they can go ahead and sign up to view our live event for those particular plans. We also have a home business supplement in case you have a home-based business. You can ask me about that, and I can get you information if that is something that would be of interest to you. Okay, now let's ask a few questions. Would you call an attorney to ask about your rights in any given situation if you didn't get a bill for the consultation? And I would say yes, you probably would. Well, as a LegalShield member, you will be able to contact your provider law firm and get legal advice on an unlimited number of issues at no additional cost. So I've been a member for about 6 years, and I've probably called the law firm about 80 times on different issues because I can. There's specialized attorneys in every area of law. So 80 times, and I've probably spoken with an attorney for 15 minutes each time. That is 20 hours of service. I'm doing the math right now on my calculator, and if I was being charged $350 an hour, which is what I paid before I knew about this, that would be a $7,000 price tag just for consultation. But I didn't pay anything for those consultations other than my low monthly rate. Okay, another question. Would you agree it's more powerful to have an attorney make a call or write a letter on your behalf rather than belaboring your issue and drawing out your most powerful letter that you can come up on your own? Of course, it's more powerful to have an attorney do this for you. So, as a LegalShield member, your attorney will make calls or write letters on your behalf when they feel there's legal merit. And this benefit is also included in your membership at no additional cost. And here is a picture of a letter that my law firm did on my behalf earlier this year. And by the way, everything turned out great. Okay, would you agree that it's good to have an attorney review your documents and contracts before you sign them? Sometimes you're being asked to sign something without really fully understanding, and just having an attorney review it can save you a lot of money or a lot of grief. So as a LegalShield member, your attorney will review an unlimited number of documents and contracts, up to 15 pages per time, and this is included at no additional cost. Okay, one of the most important things, this is what most people love the most. Have you ever seen a family that was devastated because there was no estate planning done? We've all heard those stories, but did you know that 80% will die without a current will in place? So we know how important it is for you to get this done. So as a LegalShield member, our attorneys will prepare your last will and testament, your medical power of attorney, and your medical directive at no additional cost. And this particular benefit is good for you and all qualified adults that are covered on your plan. This is a family plan. We're going to go over who's covered. But that's a $1,000 value per member in your family. And I do recommend that all your young adult children get this done, because we never plan to die, but all of us will. Okay, now how many agree that car insurance is expensive? Can we afford the points, the fines, and increases in our insurance? If we get a speeding ticket, well, as a LegalShield member, an attorney will represent you in court to reduce the fines and points on your record. Does that sound better than just writing the check? Oh, and you won't be charged for the attorney's time in court because it's included in your membership at no additional cost. And I might add that this particular benefit starts 16 or 15 days, the 16th day after you enroll, and you're covered in all 50 states. So I was talking to a prospective member, and she said that when she and her family were on a trip out of California, they got 4 tickets all in one time because they didn't know the different laws in that particular state. And of course, I asked her, were you driving a rental car or did you have your California plates? Just as I suspected, they had their California plates. Perfect opportunity, you know, to be kind of taken advantage for not knowing the laws in that state. Okay, so with this plan, she would have been able to call her California law firm. They would have contacted the law firm in that state, and an attorney would have gone to court on their behalf. Okay. All right, now let's just take a look at the services real quickly again. We've talked about some of these, and by the way, you can see at the top that we have 2 million calls yearly to our provider law firms by our members. Okay, you've got legal advice on an unlimited number of issues, 24/7 emergency access for covered situations, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in just a minute or two. We have letters and phone calls made on your behalf, contracts and documents reviewed, up to 15 pages. We also have this new area of coverage, which is called Family Legal Services, and it starts 90 days after you enroll. It includes uncontested adoption, annulment, divorce, name change, and residential loan document services. That's a huge value. Okay, and we've already talked about the lawyers preparing your will, living will, and medical power of attorney. We talked about traffic-related moving violations, but I wanted to also let you know that in this area of coverage, we do also have criminal traffic-related issues. So if you're involved in an accident where somebody dies and you're driving, legally, in other words, you're not under the influence, you've got your current registration, etc., you will have an attorney represent you in court from start to finish, no matter how long it takes. And these cases usually go anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000. You will have coverage there in those situations. You also will have IRS audit assistance up to 50 hours by a tax attorney. And you will also have civil trial defense if you're named as a defendant in a civil lawsuit. And immediately upon enrollment, you will have 60 hours of coverage. And this is the only area where the benefit increases yearly by 60 hours and maxes out the 5th year, where it stays right there at 300 hours of civil trial defense. Okay, and as a member, you're going to qualify for 25% discounted hourly rate for pre-existing issues. If you're a plaintiff in a lawsuit, and if you exceed your civil trial hours that you've got accrued as a member, if you have a bankruptcy filing, it will fall under this area of coverage, as well as will a family trust. And now, again, we're going to talk a little bit more about the 24 emergency access, which you will have when you need immediate access to an attorney after hours for events like being arrested, if you're in a serious automobile accident, if you're being detained by the police, or when you're threatened with the loss of custody of your children. Sometimes members find themselves in very unusual situations when this will really be a necessary benefit, where they have a 24/7 emergency situation. For instance, one of my business colleagues was pulled over after hours at 8:30 p.m. in Texas for a fix-it ticket, and it was a friend that he knew, the cop from church. However, as a routine situation, he ran the license and found out he had 47 felonies. And it wasn't because he committed crimes. It was because he had identity theft. So anyhow, in that situation, what would you do if you didn't have this membership? It could be, you could be put in jail for something you didn't do until they had further evidence that you weren't guilty of identity theft. It's just an area of law where you're presumed guilty before you've been able to prove that you're not. But with this plan, you're able to call the attorney in those situations. So we've got 24/7 emergency access. If we have a health issue, we go to the ER, and we have it for our car. And it's really, really a beautiful feature to have when you have a legal issue. So who's covered? The member's spouse, never married dependent children under age 26, living at home or away as a full-time college student, dependent children under age 18 that you are the legal guardian for, and if you have physically or mentally challenged dependent children for as long as they are living at home and you're dependent and that are dependent on you, they are going to be covered. All of our members get a member site, and it's right here at mylegalshield.com. And on the site, you're going to have all your account information. You're going to get legal videos down here in the lower left corner. And they're just quick little legal videos, about 3 minutes, just with different categories of issues. And then legal forms right here, about 100 of them that you will have as templates that you can fill out and use for your various legal needs. Then you'd have the attorney review it, and boom, you've got a great form. We also have the will preparation questionnaire here. You can download it and watch the video. And then we also have something really awesome, which is member perks. Up to $2,300 in savings from national partner stores, including Disneyland, Magic Mountain, Office Depot, and many, many more partners. So what does LegalShield cost? Well, first it includes a one-time $10 enrollment fee. And if you are unmarried without children, you qualify for the individual rate at $17.95 a month. Families are $19.95 a month. And next we're going to talk about identity theft, because this is a legal issue and it claims 18 million victims a year in the United States. Okay, and did you know that 70% of it is legal? So in 2002, our partner Kroll contacted LegalShield, since it's the largest legal company in the nation, about forming an exclusive partnership to provide a solution for consumer identity fraud. Together, we have 8,500 attorneys and 3,000 licensed investigators resolving our members' legal and identity theft issues. So let's take a look at Kroll. They were established in 1972. They operate in 33 countries and 65 cities. They protect over 1 million lives, plus their children. They've done 200,000 credit and personal consults. They have 3,000 licensed investigators and a Fortune 500 clientele, and they are the gold standard in ID theft services. So identity theft has been the #1 complaint for 15 years. It's filed with the Federal Trade Commission. And most people think that it's simply credit and financial. I talk to a lot of people, and this is all they talk about. Whereas this only accounts for 20% of all identity theft. What we need to watch out for are all these other areas: social security number, driver's license, medical insurance, criminal or character fraud, tax return and IRS fraud, children's identity theft, and synthetic identity theft. And you may be wondering, what do the thieves do with your identity? They do lots of things. They apply for loans, rent a property, purchase a cell phone, gain employment. They use your identity when they're stopped by a law enforcement officer, or if they need to get bailed out of jail. They like to use your medical benefits and send you the bill. There was a mother of 4 children in one state who got a bill in the mail for a child that was born in another state, and she was sent the bill. Someone used her medical insurance to have their baby. Okay, they get prescriptions, they use Medicare and Medicaid. Now, the worst part of the whole thing is you could be arrested for crimes you didn't commit. You could be denied employment. You could be stopped in airport security. You could be documented as a criminal on a background check, or you could be denied your tax return because a thief used your social and got your refund. You could be denied, a refinance. A lot of things happen, and that's when most people find out they've had identity theft. The stats are terrible. 57% of victims had accounts open using their ID. 82% learned about it through an adverse situation. 62% had warrants out for their arrest. 22% had their social security number used by a thief. And 63% could not clear up their credit reports. And victims spent an average of 158 hours cleaning up the mess. If it's criminal identity theft, I've seen people spend years. And the average cost for a victim is $1,865. And I saw a victim that had used up $50,000 to date before, and it still wasn't even cleared. It's horrible. Okay, so ID Shield monitors what matters. We monitor all of this. And your security. All of this on a daily basis. Okay, we care and provide members around-the-clock protection through WebWatcher, public persona, any changes to your social security or your address. When your wallet is lost, we give you assistance, and social security number skip trace, searching 34 billion public records to make sure that your identity is secure, and to make sure you're not listed, your address is not listed on the registered sex offender search. We care and provide members 24/7, 365 emergency hotline. So after hours, if you suspect you're a victim, you have someone that you can call. You will receive unlimited ID theft consultation. You'll get your credit report and score with the detailed analysis all included. You're not going to be paying that $30 amount just to get your credit score. And we monitor all 3 credit bureaus. And this is what your mobile app right here looks like, which will connect you with your law firm and your private investigators at Kroll. We'll show you what that looks like in just a minute here. But the great thing about this program is your identity will be restored. Okay, it will be restored by Kroll. In other words, you're not going to get a little kit to resolve and with instructions telling you how to resolve it. They're going to do that for you and save you the time and money and grief. So our team of licensed private investigators will do what it takes, as long as it takes, to clear your records. And they've already restored over 10,000 members' identities, and they back it with a $5 million service guarantee. So what does it cost? If you're an individual, in other words, you're not married and you have no dependent children, it will cost $9.95 a month. That's 33 cents a day for peace of mind. And for the family plan, $19.95 a month for the entire family. That includes the member, the spouse, and up to 8 minor children under the age of 18. All included. And if you've looked at our leading competitor, for a family of 4, I believe their rate is close to $60 because they charge per person, whereas we have a flat family plan. And here's just a picture of the app, and it actually has been updated, so I'll have to get the new picture, but it's got, instead of LegalShield right here in the middle, you'll see the little LegalShield here in the left corner, and you click that and we'll see this. Oops, excuse me. You'll see this right here, the screen. So you can call the law firm, click this little button. You can call member service is what's next. And then your red hot button is for your emergency number. And then you'll see the little ID Shield here, and that will connect you with that program. And your membership number is right here, so you don't have to pull out your card out of your wallet. It's all handy, which is wonderful. Here is a great added value for our members. These are member perks, okay? So let's just say you have both the cell service and the TV cable service. benefit, which gives a discount to our members. You can see right here, it's $15 per month and $31 per month for the TV, cable, and internet. Added together, that's $46 a month savings with just these two programs. And it costs $39.90 per month for both the LegalShield and LegalShield family plan. So a lot of our members, actually, it's positive. They're not spending much because they're using the perks. So this would be the time for Q&A. And one of the questions I get often is, do I have to sign a contract? And the answer to that is no. There is no long-term member contracts. It's just simply month to month. We have a strong plan and we back that plan. And it's month to month, but I will say this, that we've got members that have been on the books for 3 decades, 4 decades. I've been a member for 6 years and I will always be a member. So that is one question that we get quite a bit. Okay, another question is, who else is using this plan? We do have companies that's using our business plans for their employees. Oprah Winfrey Network, the Yellow Pages. We have, trying to remember the name of that franchise. We've got franchise owners using our plan. We've got cities, we've got police officers in my local area. The Newport Beach Police Officers Association, PA, is using the membership. We've got a lot of people that have been using this membership and love this membership. So what we're going to do now, let me just see what the next screen is. Okay, and that just goes over the rates. And what I'm going to do is stop my, let's see, I'm going to exit this, and we're going to go back to the Facebook page, and I want to show you now a little bit here on this particular page. Right now what we're looking at is where you're at, which is the live theater for our Protect Your Family. Right here you'll see this app is highlighted. And I just wanted to show you a few things. Right here you'll see Protect Your Identity. If you click there, it will be exclusively on identity theft protection. And then when you click the More button here, you'll see the drop down. So if you have a business and you want to learn more, you can click here and join our live event. If you're a foster parent, you click here. If you're a real estate professional, if you're in the home care industry, there's a lot of new regulations. So here is a special presentation just for that industry. Law officers, legal plan. If you're a teacher, interested in learning about voluntary benefits, right there. So just wanted to point that out. And then I'm going to go below here. If you want to reach out and contact me, you have a question, or if you're in a different state other than California, please click this Contact Me button and reach out to me. Not every state has the same plan, so I want to check and see what plan is offered in your state. Also, some states require a license, so I need to check on that as well. So please contact me if you are outside of California, and that will go right to me. It won't go anywhere else, and I'll get back with you hopefully in the next 24 hours. And then for those of you that feel this is a great value for your family and want to protect your family, just go ahead and click this Protect Now button. I'm going to go ahead and click it just to show you what it looks like and how to navigate this. You will see a confirmation button. Go ahead and just click Confirm Now, and then it will take you to the enrollment site, and it's going to look just like this. You're going to see my picture here, and if you do need to reach out to me, you can always contact me here. Okay, and leave me a brief message. I know it's not real clear that you can do that, so I wanted to show you that. Also, here you go. You've got LegalShield, LegalShield, Business Solutions, and if you're interested in helping us share this message, we are definitely looking to expand, and if that fits your need, just reach out here. But let me just go ahead and click on LegalShield. That's going to scroll down, and then you'll have a choice of personal, small business. If you want to watch some testimonials, go there, and You can watch some testimonials, but right now I'm going to go ahead and click Learn More. Okay, and then just go ahead and scroll down, and you'll have an option of personal plans and small business plans. And you'll just go ahead and click on personal, and you'll see the individual plan right here and the family plan on the right. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. That's what you would do to protect your family. Okay, and you'll see it's been added to the cart right here. That includes that one-time $10 enrollment fee. If you want more trial defense, you can go ahead and add that supplement. And then if you do have a home business, and the home business doesn't necessarily mean that you work out of the home. It does mean that you have no employees. It may mean that you run a brick and mortar business, but no employees, such as a hairstylist, sometimes an insurance agent or a wellness coach, things like that. Just contact me and I can check that for your industry. But if you want the supplement, you'd be protected personally and professionally for an extra $9.95. You just click there. So now we've already got that in the cart, and what you're going to do to get to the ID Shield is you're just going to go up here to the upper left, click on ID Shield, and then here you go. Now you can read more if you want by scrolling down. There's a lot of great information. When you're ready to protect your family, just click this button, Protect Yourself, and you'll see here's the individual button and here's the family button. Okay, click on the Add to Cart, and now you see that we have got right here, you'll see the $19.95 per family LegalShield plan and the ID Shield family plan. And then if you're ready, you just go ahead and check out. Now, if you are in a different state, that's where you would change a state, but please, again, reach out to me first. And then you would just go to the checkout, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You just go ahead and fill in all these fields. And when you're done with that, it's going to go ahead and help you get your ID Shield information protected, where you can register up to 10 bank accounts and up to 10 credit cards. And that would be for each if you're married, for you and your spouse or partner, and your monitoring will begin. Now, once you're enrolled, you are protected starting immediately upon enrollment. So for peace of mind, just go ahead and enroll now, because when is the best time to protect yourself? It's always before you need the protection. Okay, so if you see a value, just go ahead and do that. And that will now end this broadcast. I want to thank you again for joining us. And please do share this. You know, you can share this information with people that you know and love so that they can get the protection for their family as well. We will have different live broadcasts, so check back. And thanks again. Have a great day.